Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're looking at Clubhouse for leaders. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success. The president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Eigo dekimasu ka? Very handy. Can you speak English? Eigo dekimasu ka? Do you speak English? Eigo dekimasu ka? Eigo dekimasu ka? Eigo dekimasu ka? Yeah, I don't speak Japanese. Can you speak English? Eigo dekimasu ka? Eigo dekimasu ka? Eigo dekimasu ka? Handy phrase. That one. This is episode number 410. And today we are talking about how leaders can protect their Clubhouse personal brand. The Clubhouse global audio conversation app is hot. It's only available on Apple iOS so far, but the land grab is on and massive hours are being invested in this Bonseki style activity. What is Bonseki? This is an original Japanese throwaway art where you create designs in the sand on a tray and then toss it all out at the end. That is your Clubhouse conversation, thrown out each day with no distribution and no repurposing as yet. Clubhouse might be the next great thing, or it may be superseded by copycat platforms launched on Facebook, Twitter, etc. The concept, though, looks like it will become a permanent feature of our lives in the same way podcasts have done. Be careful, though, fellow leaders. We are now walking on the high wire with no safety net. We have put our leader, personal and professional brands at risk. If you're asked to give a talk, you usually have time to think about it, prepare, gather visual aids, rehearse, etc. Despite that, most leaders make a mess of the opportunity. Impromptu talks are at the top of the scale of difficulty for speakers. Even the most skilled are challenged by this format. We often see this with expert panel discussions. The leader does a fine job, then falls apart once the questions start arriving and the conversation goes freestyle. When they have full control, it all adds luster to their professional and personal brands. Speaking off the cuff, though, sees leaders descend into babbling, swimming through a sea of filler words like ums and ahs, and meandering explanations of their point. Welcome to Clubhouse. This is unscripted, uncontrolled, and ever moving. If you've been a mediocre public speaker to date, chatting on Clubhouse exposes your lack of skill to the whole world, rather than to just the confines of a meeting room venue. We are so judgmental today. We listen to a leader and we extend that first impression to their entire organization. If they are terrific, we think everyone down there is smart and capable. If they are a dud, then we assume the place is full of hopeless types. When we get our chance to speak on Clubhouse, are we conscious that our leader, professional, and personal brands are at risk? Most people are working from home, feeling isolated. So for some, this is a chance to talk to others, and they go for it. They are not tuned in to how they're coming across or the impression they are creating. At the opposite end of the scale are the thrusting, ever-upward types who are going to build an empire on Clubhouse. They want to have legions of fans come to their rooms so they can sell them something. They are blowhards seeking to dominate the conversation and show everyone how smart they are. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is brought to you by our Cross and Upselling program on the 12th of May. On the 14th of May, we're doing Leading and Managing. 18th of May, Time Management. 21st of May, Developing Subordinates. And 28th of May, Communicating with Different Personality Styles. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for Selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. An alarm goes off in our heads when we hear these modern-day snake oil salesfolk. So, how do we navigate between the wallflower who only listens, those making bumbling efforts to string 2 words together, and those dodgy sales sharks who are cruising around the Clubhouse pond looking for victims? Once you have found the subject matter that interests you and the right group, take 2 tools with you into the Clubhouse rooms. Have a timer set to 3 minutes to let you know when to shut up and allow others to talk. This shows consideration, and community and room peers will respect you for that. On a notepad, have some key bullet points you want to speak to. The conversation moves continuously and the points may change, but always have points ready rather than talking about the first thing that pops into your mind. Go for considered contributions rather than unfettered spontaneity. Rehearse what you will say before you go live. Even though the actual content may vary slightly, the act of practicing will make you sound smooth and relaxed. We like smooth and relaxed. Start with a confident voice and make your points persuasively using voice modulation, pauses, word highlighting, storytelling, and no hesitation fluency. Be clear and concise. Start by thanking the hosts for allowing you to speak, and find areas to praise about the previous speakers. We prefer polite, cooperative people to self-centered self-promoters. Remember, this is your leader brand we're talking about here. How do you want to be thought of? Don't let it unfold. Decide how you will be perceived as a leader and plan for success rather than defaulting to an unplanned mess. The time invested will make such a difference, and it is not hard. Having some solid self-awareness is the starting point, and everything else will move forward and go smoothly from there. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.